All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Listen, I'm still in uniform, haven't showered. I know you're disappointed. So am I. I had an adventurous day today. Um, the usual: go to work, get prepared, load the vans, all of that good stuff, right? Um, Before that, though, there was a lot of chirping going on during the stand-up meeting.
Chirping.
Chirping as in like
Chit chatter.
boss lady comes and says, all right, stand-up meeting, in your phone calls, call your boo back, these type of things. Gather round, we're about to lock in so that we could get our daily, talk, whether it's motivational, whether it's informal, whether it's experiential, whatever have you, tips, all of that. That's what the stand-up meetings are for every day, emphasizes on safety. But during the meeting, I noticed a lot of chirping and side conversations and folks not really at attention. And I think Boss Lady noticed it too. So she changed the trajectory of the conversation, was just like, hey, look, so I'm gonna need you guys to make some adjustments with your driving. We pay you guys to be professional drivers or whatever have you. We can't tell you exactly how to do what or when or but we could give safety advice and hope for the best. Still a lot of chirping going on, so I'm like, yo, let's listen up, let's focus up or whatever. So she goes into explaining some of the ills of the week, and one of the ills was one of the drivers crashed a rig, right? um for the last 2 days, in the area that I serve, we've been experiencing thunderstorms and a tornado. Um, but the incident happened yesterday, so it was just a storm. It wasn't a tornado.
It's like a tropical
With that
storm.
being said, that was like one of the main announcements that sort of start getting everybody in the stand-up meeting to stop chirping, right? Stop having side conversations, paying attention, listening to what she has to say. Oh boy, that I already told you about, that I call the poker. The poker, to address you guys, is a person at your job who kind of smoozes their way around trying to gain their forthright through their tongue, not their performance. The type of person that will always comment, like, for women who may be watching this video, the type of coworker who always comments on your newest hairstyle, the newest smell from Bath and Body Works that you come adorning yourself with, the newest outfit type, thanks, love. So that type of person, think of that type of person when I say the poker. The In this industry, pretty much you're measured on your performance. Who's the best driver? Who's the best group of drivers? Who loads the best? These type of things. And the poker at my particular workplace is a newer individual, a newer driver, and his type of demeanor, it could be annoying, it could be misunderstood as well. It could be taken as very like arrogant. It's like the type of dude where he's always talking. Hey, my love. The type of dude, maybe a little mini bottle. The type of dude who's just always talking. He has the gift of gab. The tit for tat, always poking at the different bears around him, trying to find his place, but ultimately overcompensating. So that's nor here nor there. He makes a comment trying to give a tip or advice. And me and one of the vet drivers, this is also the same driver that I recorded maybe a month or two ago on my shorts, where you can see that he wedged the rig, like on our way out of the warehouse, he crashed the rig. I'm getting somewhere. Stay with me. So he whispers to me like, man, this dude's always talking. And he just got here. And I turn to him and I'm like, I thought I was the only person
Thought you was going crazy, huh?
who
babe?
felt that way. Like, you know, I wear my all white classic Adidas. Oh man, you gonna wear them all white classics Adidas? You gonna mess those up? And I wear my all black classic Adidas. Oh man, I don't know how you do delivery in them joints. When I had them, I was rolling my ankle. Da, da, da. It's just like, bro, like you checking my van, you trying to like how people count your pockets. You got dudes who count the load. Thank you, love. You got dudes who try to count the load so they could compare their position in the company to yours, right? But it's just like, bro, like first and foremost, you freaking dweeb. This is Amazon, right? That's number one. This is Amazon. Only the other people, customers, and whatnot, they make it a bigger deal and a harder task than it really is. As I've shown you in this little community journey that I present to you on this YouTube page. So ultimately, like, with all that being said, me and this other guy is in agreement. He's had his humbling experience. We all have. I had my humbling experience last peak season when it was 20 degrees below, raining, snowing, sleeting, all at the same time. Had like almost 200 stops and completed it. But the next like 2-3 days, I was out of it. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I was out of it. Finished. She had to carry me those 72 hours. But everybody has had their humbling experience. And it's interesting because these people who just got here in the summertime, like they have so much to say. They have so much wherewithal with their tongue. And it's just like, bro, like this is beach time right now. Every day we driving, the sun is out, it's 80, 90 degree weather. Like, you need to find your humility. Ooh, this is good. This is crab.
Crab meat, baked potato.
Oh my God. Crab meat and baked potato is mixed too.
And the shrimp burger.
Bam. Oh my God. But anyway, we got shrimp burger, crab meat mixed with baked potato, buttery, mouth-watering. Thank you, love. Back to the story. So the poker, he makes his comment while Boss Lady is talking. The homie, he makes his comment via whisper. I comment back to him. So then Boss Lady is just like finishing her story about how every time a rig is ruined or crashed or we have to down it, we lose a route, which means we lose business. And I say we because I come to it, from it, through it, with it, business savvy. So if you have 20 electric vehicles, right, that's 20 routes a day. But then you start having drivers being negligent, reckless, not paying attention, not being sharp, not being prepared. They start screwing with the vehicle. That number dwindles. So guess what is the domino effect? Payroll. The amount of people that are allotted to drive per day is now chopped, cut. Hours are cut. Money is cut. Bills are now even more strenuous. So it's a domino effect. And a lot of times when people don't understand in logistics, one person can fuck up the whole fulfillment center or the whole warehouse. So that's me prefacing the story, right? Again, poker, he says another comment, second comment. So this time I put my mic and everything down and I'm just like, boss, I got something to say real quick. And I just go on to explain to the other 20 drivers or whatever that particular group of drivers, because I work with both groups, front end and back end. It's just like, hey, this group in particular is getting real arrogant, real cocky, overconfident. And what's going to happen is an implosion is going to happen because there's too many people who feel like they're chiefs, right? To go back to my earlier statement when I mentioned, oh, this is just Amazon. Like, don't make the task harder than it is. And you got guys that like to compare, and it's just like, bro, this is not the NBA Finals. But if you want to make it the NBA Finals, you are not Kyrie. If anything, the bosses is looking over here for that. Okay? So it's like, bro, like, you know, so let's fast forward. Boop. We load, boop, 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 we leave, everything's good. Doing your little 3 hours, 4 hours, right? Start getting hella alerts on the business chat, right? Hella alerts. So you see one of the female drivers, she's calling somebody out. She says something to the likes of, people need to learn how to talk to people. So it kind of, I was like, was that like a late response to what I said? Because I had like a nice little 5-minute Martin Luther King speech about humility, right? But ultimately, it wasn't. She was just speaking in general, but she was specifically talking to the dispatch. So she was speaking publicly in general, but she didn't say that I'm talking directly to this person. She just was, folks using plural pronoun words. So it started around 4. I'm trying to rush.
Don't rush. I want to hear.
It started around. God damn it. Where you guys go? No, it's playing. All right, so it started around like 4. Right? 4:58. Shawty's just out the blue text. Today is the worst route I've ever had. 30 plus overflow packages. I fell behind trying to get to the packages. Oh no, I fell on the floor trying to get to the packages, but I'm getting rushed, and it's not helpful when I have packages constantly falling over. I'm pretty sure if I have a van, or if I had a van with shelves, it would have been done sooner. Telling me what I signed up for was not helpful. So it was just like, okay, well, put a name on it. Like, who is she talking about? Like, kind of. Then she sends a picture of her van. I really wish I could show y'all how horrible this shit looks. It was chaos everywhere. It looked like she hoarded the packages, right? So one of the other females, I don't want to call her out of her pronoun, but she might be a they. Let's just put it that way. She replies, I'm on my way to rescue you. Another worker. The girl that's in trouble, she continues. Next meeting, I will be making sure I put my complaints on how the team is operating. Folks need to watch how they talk to people. Who's folks? Right? So the person she was talking about, the dispatch, he wasn't responding to her. Like, he just wasn't saying nothing, which was a good thing. Right? So then the owner, CEO, not I'm not going to use names, but not the male, the woman that we barely see. Yeah. The top dog. She jumps in the jump and says, yeah, everybody got it. So she jumps in the group message and says, or the business chat rather, and says, said person, we all have challenges in our life every single moment. However, I found from my personal experience, it doesn't do you any good complaining. Let's take time to create a resolution. Thank you for your efforts today. So Shawty replies, I'm not complaining. I'm responding to the call and messages that was sent to me. I've been doing the best I can, and I always do. I was being complained about because I wasn't moving fast enough. I was simply expressing myself in regards to how challenging the route was. Now that I read that, I'm like, oh, okay, she did take some type of accountability, because I was wondering where the accountability was, right? So, that was that. I literally jumped in her the DM part of the app, and I'm just like, hey, I was calling you so I could meet you and lend another hand. Let me know. She called me back. I couldn't answer. She called me again. I picked up. We spoke. She gave me the address. I went over there to meet them. When I get over there to meet them, she's stripped down, no uniform, y'all.
She quit.
She has no uniform. Her whole uniform, the blue and black, gone. She got a crop top, belly showing. She got the Tupac Joel Santana tied bandana. You know, when they tied it in the front, she had that. Had her little crop top, stomach out with the Daisy Dukes. Like she had some spanky pants under her Amazon shorts. Shawty was just all out. So me and the other they that went to help her, worker that went to help her, you know, we extracted all the packages or whatever, boop, 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 and we went on about our way. I'll probably end the story right there, right? What bugs me out is, like, literally, it was just like, all right, well, it's Amazon fault, so whatever. I think they gonna send me home now, because I was moving slow, but it's Amazon fault. It was just like, yeah, let me just get this bags and shit so we can figure this shit out or whatever. So I ended up having to do 80 stops of hers. I had 134 stops of my own. I had to do 80 stops of her joint. I had to stop in the middle of my route to go. And now all of this was done off of instinct. It wasn't like I was specifically called out to go and get her. It was just like, yo, the longer you guys argue on the business app, nothing gets done. So I literally, her and Top Dog lady was going at like back and forth on the WhatsApp. I literally put in that joint, hey, full stop. We got it. 5 minutes. Then Top Dog lady, she DM'd me. She was just like, I'm so glad you stepped in, because I don't think I was going to relent. Like, you was trying to make Shawty quit. But yeah. And then, you know, they came out with all of the horror stories of how this wasn't the first time that a driver like quit. Literally just left the truck, took an Uber back to the warehouse, threw the keys in the dispatch face. It's a shame. I'm not going to say never send a woman to do a man's job. What I am going to say, though, is something was telling me that it was a powder keg between the newer individuals and the older individuals. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. You know? The consistency, the formidable algorithm, the way that a lot of this dynamic is set up so you can succeed. Humility, man. Humility. And it's very interesting to me that the very same day that I literally stopped a team meeting to speak on humility, we have a person quit. And they quit with so much flair and so much confidence and so much happiness. And I don't get that loser mentality. It's almost like folk want equal pay. They want equal treatment, but they don't want to put up an equal performance. And it's just certain entities and certain industries that the woman and the man, or the they and the them, they don't mix. Period. They do not mix. But people are going to continue to force it. You don't have to do what we do. And that was strictly woman to man, just like man to woman. You don't have to do what they do. And it be moments like this where you see that people's preferences are really a choice, just like a cause creates an effect, right? The emotion itself is your reaction to the effect. And it's just very interesting to me that people can sign up for something willingly. And then when that shit doesn't go their way, they quit. And still won't even say, I'm not good enough, or I didn't bring it today. I wasn't prepared today. They still will say, it's your fault. It's their fault. It's her fault. It's his fault. My, oh my. Questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the bottom of this video. Thank you for tuning in if you tuned in this long. It wasn't a murder, death, kill story, but it was just very funny to me how there used to be a conjoining mixture, a cocktail between human beings. Now it's literally like Lone Ranger, every man for themselves. It's weird. It's very weird. But that is why, love, I am 2 hours late back home. Fucking with the minions. It's me. It's you. It's us.